When I first started doing this segment on the first day of every month, almost 4 years ago, it was called Stuff I Piss My Money Away On. There's a bunch of snowflakes that talked about starving kids in China, and I'm speculating most of those snowflakes were poor. But they have to realize, most of the shit I buy is made in China. It's helping people. No, in all seriousness, I just piss away my money on anything. Now, while that may not be true with collectibles anymore, we're going to get to that in a second, it still applies to everyday life. But 18 months ago, I announced I'm going to start retiring from collecting. And there's been a lot of speculation about this, because you still see reviews of new statues every other day. We still do this monthly episode talking about all the things I bought and all the things that are coming in. But what a lot of people don't realize is 18 months ago when I made that decision, I still had 200 to 300 collectibles on order, most of them with non-refundable deposits. While I'm stupid, I'm not going to just throw away money. Of course, that's what this hobby is anyway. Damn. As the Xtreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Xtreme channel. My name is Mr. X. We are all about Xtreme collectibles for the most part. Eventually, we're going to run out of stuff to put on this table, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today, but we're going to follow the traditional first of the month format. I don't know why I just stuttered there. We're going to take a quick look back at the previous month, which was super exciting, but more importantly, a look ahead at May 2023. So if you're new to the channel, all these collectibles I'm going to talk about today, I will have individual reviews on them. So make sure you've not only liked this video, but you've subbed to the channel and hit that bell notification. But really quick, let's take a look back at April 2023. It was a crazy month for me. I think I'm on a 11-week stint of traveling every single week. Some of it business, some of it pleasure. But I still had a lot of collectibles hitting this table, as you saw, and tons of videos every other day. So I think first, let's look at my favorite collectibles that arrived. Number 3 is this custom King Shark. You can actually go back and check out the video if you want. Amazing, amazing piece. I love all these DC quarter scale pieces, and they look great together, which you're going to see on a room tour we're going to talk about. Number 2 is this dynamic Venom. Despite the design problems with it, the more I looked at it, the more I loved it. I'm going to do a Venom purge a little bit later this year, probably in a few months, but this is definitely not going to be one of them. I think it was absolutely amazing. However, it was not as amazing as number 1, this custom winged Venom. Not only because of all the different display variations, this has been one of my most anticipated pieces, and it did not disappoint. Now, all of those were customs, means private unlicensed commissions. They're all sold out. I can't give you any information on them. Your best bet to buy them is try and find someone who's selling them secondhand. I am not selling them. If you're interested in anything I'm selling, I always do a video right before this one at the end of the previous month on statues that I am selling. And if you caught the video a few days ago, you know I put a shitload up for sale. And I had to make room for all the ones we're going to talk about today, and I fell off the horse a little bit. That's the other part about collecting, not just statues and comics and memorabilia, but any collecting hobby. It's very addictive. So I've weaned off pretty well. You remember I only bought 1 or 2 the previous month, which for me is a big victory. Well, I did end up buying 2 this month, so let's look at those. First is a custom blob statue. So I pre-ordered this. It's sold out. I can't give you any information. One of the few remaining villains I need from the Brotherhood for my giant X-Men wall behind me right there. And I had a bunch of sideshow points that were supposed to expire, so PCS put out their Saber Wolf. I bought the Player 2 variant. It's a black werewolf with cybernetic arms. This is from Killer Instinct, which was a fighting game when I grew up. I was always more of a Street Fighter, as you probably know, which is sad because I just sold all my Street Fighter statues 2 days ago. But I think this is going to go with my nostalgia stuff. So I post a lot of stuff on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Check out the link in the description below if you want to follow those. I posted, should I sell my turtles? They're very nostalgic, and I had some video game stuff under there. I am going to keep all that. I'm going to find space in my new setup, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but I figured this Killer Instinct could fit in there somehow. We make really weird justifications as collectors, even though we know that it's all bullshit. There were a few other ones that I wanted to buy, and I didn't. First one I talked about last month is this PCS Battletoads piece. So I almost pulled the trigger on this because of my love for the game. And while I think PCS, who made this, has been killing it lately, I ultimately passed, but it could end up on the list next month. You never know. But I did pass on this Berserk Customs. So this is Zod in his animal form. You know, I've always wanted the Prime 1 Studio, but it was just too big.
Hey, that's what she said.
And I've also owned this one from Sume as well. And I almost pulled the trigger on this custom because it's everything I wanted, except just like the Prime 1 Studio, it was just way too big. All right, so enough of last month. Let's move forward to May of 2023. Super exciting month on so many levels. Like I told you, I'm traveling. There is one family trip in there, maybe two. One family trip, we're going to Niagara Falls, which, believe it or not, I've traveled the world but never been to Niagara Falls. So we're going to the Canada side, going to spend some days in a water park with the family. So I'm going to take some pictures and video of that if you're interested in travel stuff. If not, let's jump into the collectibles. Bunch of exciting announcements. Number one is a piece that is coming in, this giant Balrog piece from Queen Studios. Now, if you recall, this has been here in the US for 2 months, but I've been holding off on getting it here and opening it because Todd from Spec Fiction is supposed to be here at the table. If you recall, he was supposed to be here in April. He actually was going to book his flight. He told his girlfriend, hey, I'm going to see Mr. X for a few days on this weekend. And she said, yeah, no, you're not. We have concert tickets. And so Todd did what any real man would do, is he said, yes, dear. But we do have a date locked in for May, weekend of May 20th, and we are not only going to unbox that live, we're going to do a live chat. We're going to give away that giant $2,000 Queen Studios statue, going to film him checking out the collection. And then after that's in place, I'm going to film a room tour for you guys. It has been a long time, and everything except the Silver Surfer and the X-Men wall has changed. So that is an incredible amount of stuff. If you remember the last time I did a room tour, I actually had over 150 statues in my office. All that has changed because that office is gone because I work in the air now. Not really. It just feels like that because I fly all the time. But here's a few statues that I've already received. You just haven't seen the videos yet. The videos are coming up next week. First is this custom Silver Surfer. Very cool piece. There's some issues with it, but it's still really cool. It was highly anticipated by one of the best sculptors out there. Make sure to tune in for that review. Another one I haven't filmed it yet, but it does arrive before this video launches, is this custom Pyro. Now this is just a kit, so Mrs. X is going to paint it. She's working on like 7 or 8 statues right now, all for me. I've had a few people reach out, will she do commissions? Well, the problem with that is you got to get in line because painting statues is not her full-time job. Her full-time, actually she doesn't have a full-time. What the hell does she do all day? Let's talk about some other custom pieces that are arriving. Again, I can't give you any information on these, but first, if you're following me on social media, you know that S7 Customs is killing that giant Hulk, one of the most expensive quarter-scale pieces in my collection. Cannot wait to get him. I'm going to have to redo even more stuff, which I may do before or after the room tour. I haven't figured it out. But this is going to be absolutely amazing. He weighs like 150 pounds. It's just absolutely crazy. Multiple bases and some cool Easter eggs that S7 is putting his artistic touch on. This Venomized Batman should arrive any day. It's been in sea transit for over a month. This one, I can't wait to put with my Venomized pieces. I know it breaks all the laws of comic nerds, but it looks so cool. And I think if you have a badassery effect, I always say it overrules everything. This custom Toxin has also been on order. So Toxin is a symbiote offshoot. Toxin was actually a good guy and a bad guy and an anti-hero. So very excited to get this. This group is doing some cool stuff. I've had some other pieces from them, and that's not the only Venom piece. This custom Venom, I've talked about it. They only made 20. All of them are professionally painted. Supposed to ship at the beginning of May. We'll share that with you guys. And we have another Venomized piece. This Mary Jane and Gwen Dio. It actually has 2 different aspects to it based off of 2 different covers. I almost bought 2 of them. I can't stop saying 2. That's because 2 chicks is always better than 1. But really excited about this piece. It's going to go with all those other Venomized stuff that you'll see in the room tour. But it's right over there if you come to the bushes and look in the house. I'm just kidding. We don't have any bushes. I peed on all of them and they died. Last one, this custom Domino is supposed to ship. I got rid of all my X-Force pieces, so I don't know what I'm going to do with her. I think she looks amazing, and she's not in the scale of all these X-Men behind me, but I definitely will review her for you guys. Every piece, like I said, I review, and I'll see my opinion. Highly anticipated. Can't wait to get this. So the rest of them are actually licensed pieces. So these are from reputable companies. I think all of them are either XM Studios, Queen Studios, or Prime 1 Studio. But let's dive in. Most of these are coming from Comic Concepts. And I funnily told Josh, the owner of Comic Concepts, we should call this the Xtreme Channel Comic Concept channel for the month of May, which would be really awkward because Spec Fiction is going to be on it and their competitors. But I love them both. So first we're going to start off with Prime 1's Dark Side. This is the ultimate version with everything. I have a giant display of third scale DC movie pieces, and I think this will look great with that. During editing here, I can't believe I forgot about Prime 1 Justice Buster Ultimate. That is also coming on this same shipment. Crazy anticipated piece, going to go against my XM Hulkbuster. Also did receive 100% confirmation these two busts from Iron Kite Studios are canceled, which is both a blessing and a curse. Also, their 1/3 scale Fabok Wonder Woman vs. Hydra. Cannot wait to put this with my 1/3 scale collection. I just did a ton of rearranging that you will see on the room tour. Also over there is going to be the Red Death. You guys know I've been waiting on this forever. This is from the Dark Knight Metal, a very cool storyline, other than the ending. The ending sucks. Dawnbringer is also from that. These are versions of Batman from different universes. Obviously, this is one where Batman actually got the Green Lantern ring. And all of them, they're actually evil. Hence, an evil metal Superman, also from the Dark Knight Metal line. I actually have a 1/4 scale statue of this that we're giving away on the 30,000 sub giveaway, which will hopefully be very, very soon. My Ultimate Deluxe Jungle Hunter Predator from Prime 1 is also on that same shipment. Very excited for this piece. If you watched my for sale videos recently, you know I sold most of my Predators. But this looks absolutely amazing. Everyone fiends over it, so I can't wait to get it as I am getting other ones down the line. Also 1/3 scale, DC, we got Punchline. Punchline shipped a few months ago. Can't wait to get her, put her next to the Joker throne that you see right there, because that is shipping now too, which is really strange because it wasn't supposed to ship till June or July, but all of a sudden collectors started receiving them. So I should be getting both of those next month. Very excited. XM also has some pieces. Super Scroll is anticipated for sure in the month of May, I'm told. Maestro, they're going to push a little bit. I know I talked about that last month, so we won't talk about it now, even though I just talked about it, which is kind of weird. And, of course, I have one last Berserk piece I've been waiting forever. Very small. Last piece from the Berserk line is the Hand of God. Going to go with all of the deluxe editions. It'll look very, very cool. On top of that, I have some other videos I'm filming for you guys. Really excited about that. If you watched all my videos last month, thank you so much. I apologize for the noise on the cruise video. After I uploaded it and edited it, I deleted all the source material, and there was no way to fix it. But I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you participating. Again, drop a comment for the contest or just to support me. And if you like stuff like this, make sure you're subscribed. That's like the 3rd time I told you to do it. And 40% of you aren't, which means you just have an aversion to authority, which means you think of me as an authority. So that makes me feel good too. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. A lot of rambling today. I really appreciate you guys, though. I say that every time because I want you to know it. I do. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up, that like button. I know you're doing it. I can see you. That's creepy. Just get in my bushes and you can see me. That's not what she said.